we've decided as a scholarship committee that this is going to be our last year for doing this. We want to end on a high note. A lot of our members of our committee have retired, and we just think that it's the right time for us as a family to end. And that's why it was so special that all of our kids and our new grandchild was here tonight. So I need to, I want to make sure that we as Carlisle thank certain people who have made this so special for us over the years. First of all of the Kaiser family with the PICs and the people that came to the golf tournament and sponsored it and donated to it and played. Rich and Chris and Jack, we thank you guys so much for that. The Kineskis have been supporting this dinner and this scholarship for ever since it started and given lots and lots of money to this, and I can't thank you enough, Kelly and Steve and your family. Our little committee of people who choose these scholarships is not random. Susan Helbach, who's not here tonight, who's a nurse friend of ours, an administrator who's since retired, who I've known for 28 years. Andy Pollock, who's a colleague of ours in HBS at Kaiser, who I've known for 25 years. Mark Sheffield, my former boss, who I look up to so much, and we asked him to be on the scholarship committee about 10 years ago. Dennis Oster, my ex-boss, who's also not here tonight. Same thing, about 10 years ago, we thought, you knew Maggie, you could honor Maggie, let's involve you in this scholarship. But the core of the scholarship committee are people like Jack Ostrich. Jack Ostrich, who's now retired. The day after my daughter died, I wanted to speak to somebody who had lost a child. And Jack Ostrich reached out to me and became a friend for life. And, I can't think of that. David Brown. David Brown took care of my daughter in the hospital. He was so gentle with her. She was going through painful things, NG tubes, and she knew the mean doctors and she knew the nice doctors. David Brown was the nice doctor. Every time he walked into the room, she would light up. Pam Oster, when Maggie got sick and I took her to the emergency department, Pam Oster was there as a hematologist. I'm not even sure we had pediatric hematologists then, but she was there. She was walking with us through that entire hospitalization, as was the Kaiser family. When she was in the hospital at Kaiser Morris for 10 days, there was this parade of Kaiser family that came through to offer us support. Doctor after doctor, family member after family member. And that's why we've given this scholarship to Kaiser family. We call it the Kaiser family. We ask that it's the child of somebody that works at Kaiser in either the North Valley or South Side, because those are the people that lifted my family up. There's a bench outside of Kaiser Roseville, right outside the cafeteria. It's 3 pink benches, and it says, for Maggie, daughter of Dr. Tony Carlisle from Kaiser Friends. And I walk by that bench every day. Reed, you see that bench. People at Roseville, Kent, you see that bench. People at Roseville see that bench every day, and I wish they knew Maggie, because it's more than just this little memorial. She was such a cool kid for 13 years. And then lastly are the Chucks. I mean, I didn't even know John Chuck. Didn't even know him. All I knew is that he worked in Davis. And I get a phone call. I'm in Camellia Building at Kaiser in Sacramento one day, working. I get a phone call from this guy named John Chuck. And he wants to start this nonprofit organization and give money away. And he asks me if he can give money in my daughter's name. That's exactly what happened. Can I give money for this scholarship in your daughter's name? One of the reasons that happened is because he had found this guy named Burr Ellis, who's a friend for life, who actually was a patient of mine, who knew that we had lost a daughter, and he's a sign maker. And John had asked him about doing signs for this scholarship, and Burr said, well, what's the money going to? And it's, well, we got this guy, Dr. Carlisle, whose kid died. So that's another connection, this big Kaiser family. So John and Leslie Chuck, I can't thank you guys enough. To work someplace where you feel like you belong, and you feel like there's this whole family, and you see people walking down the halls, and you see people coming up to you that you can't remember their name, but you knew they won a Maggie Scholarship in the past. And it happened all the time. And I can't wait to see you guys as you grow. The scholarship, we've got lawyers and doctors and Harvard lawyers and all kinds of cool ex-Maggie scholarships that I'm so proud of. And I can't thank you enough, and God bless every one of you guys for coming tonight. Thank you.